Hey guys! I'm here at the river with the clock tower in the background, the Watchman's hut, and it is so gorgeous today. I am just gonna have a lot of fun out here, so yay! Yeah, so real quick, I am just sitting here with my snacks. I have a snack bag that I'm really excited about, and I have my tripod, not the Ice Classic tripod, my camera tripod in case my hands get tired. And man, like, you guys got me so juiced up from the hot chocolate donations that I was pumped to get out here. And yes, I have it. I don't have it out yet because I'm gonna save it for when I feel a little chilly, but I am so excited. So, okay, tell me where you're watching from, because that is always my favorite thing to see. And then I'll show you the tripod and tell you what I can see here from the riverbank. And we'll just hang out, ask questions, chat about all stuff, Nenana and Ice Classic and all that. Oh, and thanks for the stars! That makes me so happy. It means a lot. Thanks. Okay, so you ready to see the tripod? Tell me if you're ready. Okay. Ooh, Petersburg, Alaska. Nice. And we have two like really hardcore fans here with us, Tisha and Darby. And we see okay, I hope I say it right. Aishana. That's a beautiful name, by the way. Aishana, you asked, when do you think it will go out? Okay, I'll get to that in a sec. But I see that you have a number 1 next to your name. That means that you've been around for 1 year. That's so exciting. Welcome back. Okay, hold on. I'm going to turn the camera around because one of my most favorite things is happening, which is ice floating down the river. Here you guys go. Look at that. That's a big chunk. Woohoo! And, okay, so even after I've been involved with Ice Classic several years, I am still learning new things every single season, all the time. So I'm learning that this, when it has so much dirt and rocks and stuff on the ice, that's called the anchor ice, which means it's come up from the bottom of the river. And when it pops up like that, that means things are getting serious. And yeah, super fun. Okay, so here's another thing that I see, guys. I'm gonna zoom in. And you can see down here, okay, let's see if it clears up. Can you see that pretty clearly? So that's currently right now an ice jam. So we're gonna see if that breaks up and moves today. That's gonna be really fun to watch and look at because ice jams are always exciting. And when ice jams move, you know that there's power to move more ice. So that's really exciting. Let's do a pan around to the actual tripod now. And thank you guys so much for the stars. It really, really adds some enthusiasm and life over here. Okay, so here's the tripod. Woohoo! Here, she's still standing tall, sitting pretty. Okay, so you can see some pooling water around it, but none of that is open yet that I can see with my eyes. Like, there might be stuff going on, but obviously I'm not out there because this is extremely dangerous. You never know where is thick and not, and basically at this point we just expect everything to be slushy and not thick at all. Although I will say, who knows how thick some places still could be pretty thick because we had the coldest winter we've had in decades. Okay, so yeah, no open water right around the tripod yet, but if you've seen and followed some of the posts that we've been making over the last few days, you will know that hold on, it's gonna get shaky for just a sec. I gotta put something down. Okay. You will know that the legs, oh, sorry, I'm trying to zoom in and it's doing something funky. Okay. You will know that the legs have gotten exposed and they are now not covered by ice. That means a lot of thaw has happened in order for those to surface, because the legs get placed like a foot or two down into the ice. They saw chain it out. They saw chain channels in the ice so they can drop this thing into it to hold it really, really solid. So at least that much ice has melted, and that is a lot. So yeah, it's really exciting. Okay, so let us go back through some of the comments. See where you guys are watching from. I see wow, I don't know how to pronounce that. Nuiqsut, Alaska? Oh my gosh. I am usually really good at pronunciation because I have actually grown up all over the world, and so I've seen all sorts of things, but I am sorry if I totally butchered that, and let me know if I even got it remotely correct. But cool, thank you for being here. That's really fun. We've also got Wasilla, Anchorage. Yes, Anchorage again. Hi, Tisha. I'm so excited you're here. Pocatello, Idaho. Sweet. Welcome. Juneau. Yes, I love Juneau. Wales. Okay, Wales, Alaska. Petersburg, Alaska. Brisbane, Australia. Woohoo! I think you win the award for furthest person on the live today. That's like literally the opposite end of the globe. So that is super exciting. I love Brisbane. I have been there twice, so I feel a kindred spirit there. So that's really fun. Okay. Heidi says, go Lynx. It sounds like you know about Nenana here. Okay, let's see. Grayling, Alaska. Okay, I just got corrected about how to say that one place. Okay, Nuiqsut? Nuiqsut? I guess I'm still butchering it. Thank you for helping me out. I hope it's like a little bit closer. Okay, let me see. Oh, Nuiqsut? Nuiqsut. Okay. Thank you guys for helping me out. Nuiqsut. Okay, I finally got that one. Yakutat, Alaska, and Wyoming. Nice. Okay, Brevig Mission, Ontario, Canada. Awesome. Welcome. Okay. Sometimes my comments jump, just so you know. Sorry if I like skip over stuff or have to delay between them. So, okay. Sparta, Kentucky. Nice. Mission, Texas. Ontario, California. Bacchus, Minnesota. Oh, okay. So Heidi, you're an alumni. Amazing. Class of 2005. So, yep, that was before I was here. So, welcome back. That's super exciting. Or welcome back home, right? Susan says she loves watching the ice. Yup. That's why we're here, right? Sandpoint, Alaska. Eagle River, Alaska. Yup. Okay, Kotzebue. But you're currently in Kivalina, Alaska. Okay, cool. Point Hope, Alaska. Yeah, so many people all over Alaska. That's so much fun. Okay. California. Nuiqsut. Okay, I'm getting this down. Thanks, guys. Janine says, I used to go to school there too. Oh, you stayed at the Living Center? That's amazing. Awesome. I'm so glad that you get to watch Nenana back on camera again. Kenai, welcome. Awesome. Jensen Beach, Florida. Love watching the ice melt. Yes. Wazinki? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Give me some phonetics if you can help me say it better. Awesome. Okay, Prairie Village. Whoa, my comments jumped again. Hartford, Wisconsin. Okay. Can you show us more of the river? Yes. Yes, I can. Okay, so let me stand up here. Okay, we've got Fairbanks, Wasilla again. Okay, so we'll get back to some of the comments, but yes, let's get back to the river here for a sec. Okay, so I'm going to show you Upriver right here. So much has opened up in just the last few days. So this, okay, I have not actually been exactly under the railroad bridge, but I have been on this side of the railroad bridge and the other side of that black railroad bridge. And there is some serious water opening up. So my best guess is that this goes all the way through. I don't think that there is any ice jam between this opening and on the other side of the bridge. So that's really exciting. That means a lot more water is going to be coming down this way. I guess, well, okay. I'm actually going to change that. So, okay, just a major caveat. This is just what I see and my experience and like Ice Classic according to Amy, right? I am not an official like representative or anything. I'm just a fan like you guys out here on the river. But what I'm going to change is I'm actually betting that there might be an ice jam, and I'll tell you why. Because we don't see a lot of ice chunks floating down. And I think there's a lot more of that going on upriver. If any of you were seeing the posts from yesterday or the day before, there's some serious action upriver and things are floating down. Like a lot of slush, some bigger chunks, but I mean mostly slush. And it seems like this is just a slow run with not a lot of stuff coming with it. So I wouldn't actually be surprised if there's a break like somewhere down there or up there, and it's just going to take a little more to get through. But okay, so here we go. Here's again. Yesterday I also posted a video about there being some open flow visible out here. And interestingly enough, I don't see that same flow right now. So I don't know if it like, you know, froze up a little bit more over the evening, like overnight or something, but it looks different than yesterday. I'm not seeing the same like current and flow like I was the other day. Okay, so here's the tripod again. Woohoo! Star of the show. There she is. And again, for anyone who's on here, you know, new from just a few minutes ago or something, I was telling people that there's not really like open water that I can see around it. There's pooling, but it's not flowing or open or anything like that. Okay, so now let's take a look downriver. We've got a lot of people joining us. Like there's cars coming out here to sit on the riverbank, and that is so much fun because it is gorgeous today. Okay, so again, here I was pointing out this ice jam down here, and on the other side of this highway bridge, there's been a lot of rotting going on. Both sides of the river have open channels, and there's increasing gray spots for sure. So if you want to look at any of that, I have some pictures from yesterday that show a little bit of that. So, okay, let's get back over here to the tripod. I'm going to sit back down for a bit and then get to some of the comments and questions. Okay, first of all, I'm going to answer the first question that was asked here. And let me see back. Oh yeah, okay, so Aishana. She asked, when do you think it will go out? Okay, so that's always the $1 million question, right? Or the maybe about $250,000 question. So they actually haven't announced the jackpot yet, not that I know of anyway. So I don't know what the jackpot is this year, but historically it's been in that range. Okay, so at this point, I would guess it's probably going to be 3 or 4 more days. That's my wild guess. About like 3 or 4 more days, but you never know what's going to happen. And yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking, especially seeing this, you know, the updates on the river and watching the trends if you've been keeping an eye on the post and everything. Aw, thank you guys for the love. That means a lot. Yeah, definitely want to hear what your guys' thoughts are too. Okay, so I'll be honest, my guesses were a little bit earlier this year. I got a little bit off the mark, a little bit spring happy, and I'm still in the window. I still have tickets for this window, but most of my tickets have already passed. So it's always anyone's guess, right? So I'd love to know who here, if any of you are still in the running. That's really exciting for you guys. And I'm technically still in the running, but like literally today is my last day. So I'm just out here for the fun. Okay, so let's get back to some of these questions and comments. Welcome to everyone from all over, and thank you for the stars. I see the stars climbing too. Okay, so if you guys are wondering what the stars are, those are like tips. You can like register so that you can send stars on the Facebook Lives, and that's just like, you know, sending love our way. And thank you guys so much for everyone who has been doing that. Okay, let's see. Shonda says, I grew up in Tanana, and I sure miss hearing the Tanana and the mighty Yukon going out. It is super, super loud. Yeah, that is incredible. What an experience to have. And yes, like when you've been part of that and you've heard that before, it sticks with you for life. It is so amazing. Okay, Chivak, Alaska. Heidi says, I was the first to graduate from the Nenana Student Living Center. Oh my goodness, that's incredible. Well, definitely welcome back, and so glad to have you here. And congratulations on that amazing feat back at that time. Okay, so Cindy says, loved seeing the tower from the train on the way to Fairbanks. Yeah, yes. So you got to ride the train. That is so much fun. So I'll show you guys real quick. Okay, so the train tracks run right behind here. They're right next to the river. So you can see we've got friends hanging out with us too. People will probably be driving in and out this whole time. So there's the Ice Classic Tower, and yep, you can see it right from the railroad tracks, because right where that car is right now, they're crossing the railroad tracks. And if we're lucky, we might actually see a train while I'm sitting out here. But yeah, like literally right there is where the railroad tracks, right behind the Ice Classic Tower. And behind this white vehicle, you can see back there, that is the historic Nenana train depot. And that is more than 100 years old. And for anyone who knows about Balto and Togo and the historic Serum Run that saved the children out in Nome by dog sled, taking antitoxin out by dog sled to Nome, this is the exact train station that the Serum was trained to from Anchorage, and this was as far as it could go, and this is where the transfer happened from the train to the dog mushing teams. Super, super cool history right there. You're seeing it live. I mean, obviously not the thing, but you get to see the very train depot where that happened. We had the centennial last January. So, I mean, not this past January that just happened, but the January of 2025 was the 100-year mark of that amazing historical event. And it was really cool. Oh, yes, yes, thanks for all the love. Isn't this so cool? Yeah, like, there is so much history jam-packed into just this little spot on the river even. Like, you can see the Ice Classic Tower. You can see back here. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in for you. This church building right there is also very old and has a lot of history with it. And okay, here, I'll zoom into the train depot too. Maybe we can see it more later when the car may have moved, but there's the train depot. That highway bridge has history. Oh, and there's some more chunks floating down. Do you guys see that? It's just a little slushy. It's not like an iceberg or anything, but it's always cool to see when stuff flows down. Yes, see, you guys love it too. I see the hearts. Yup, so much history. So we'll keep chatting about that today because it's fun. Nenana history is incredible. But okay, so I keep going on these tangents from the comments, but that's because I love interacting with you guys. This is super fun to just hang out and chat on the riverbank. Okay, so Frankfurt, Indiana. We were there 4 years ago. Awesome! You got to come to Nenana. We saw Jerry while we were there. Cool! And I see that you have a 3-year marker next to your name, so you've been around on the fan page for 3 years. Welcome back, and thanks for keep coming back. Okay, I'm hearing from Helga that it sounds like I nailed the pronunciation. Thank you. At least if that's what you were referring to. Yep, okay. Thank you for all the love. Okay, let's see. We've got people from Savannah, Georgia. Nice. Nilado, Jackson, Alaska. Amazing. Kate says, one day I'm going to live in Alaska. Awesome. Yes, welcome up here. It is so epic. Where do you want to live? I'm curious. Okay. Warner Robins, Georgia. Okay, cool. Stopped in Nenana in 1993. Wow, that was a while back. Took a chance on Ice Out. What is the prize this year? Okay, so I don't know what the jackpot total is yet. They're still counting Ice Classic tickets. It is possible that they have the total yet, but just haven't announced it publicly. And just a reminder, as I have said before and will continue to say, we are not official representatives of the Ice Classic. For all of that official information, you can go to their website and their official Facebook page, because they do have their own Facebook page, just Nenana Ice Classic. And ours is the fan page, purely run by excitement and enjoyment of ice watching fanatics. So yeah, join the club. Okay, Val says here from Peters Creek, Alaska. Nice. And you've got a 5 next to your name. Thanks for hanging around with us. Patty says, been doing the Ice Classic since 2019 when we camped in Nenana for 10 days. Yep, it gets in your blood, doesn't it? It gets in your system, and once it's in your system, it doesn't leave. So I'm so glad that you can join us here on the lives. And oh, it looks like some of you guys are connecting too. Awesome. It's fun when fans find each other and either know each other or are friends or have some other connections. Yes, keep doing that. Okay, and I'm seeing some feedback about some more pronunciations. Silent O, Uzinki. Okay. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Okay. Yes. Okay. Nuke suit. Oh my gosh. Okay. Please help me. I would scroll back to ask again about the pronunciation to make sure I'm Nuik suit, right? Is that what it was? Okay. The problem is I can't lose the place in my comments, or else I have to search to find them again, because it jumps all over. So I'm trying to stay put where how far I've made it in the list. Okay, Jerry says, yes, it froze at 4 a.m. this morning. Yep. But the good thing is that most of the day, like if it's barely freezing at 4 a.m., that means most of the day is above freezing, which is incredible for the melt, guys, and incredible for all of us Alaskans who have been waiting so patiently for things to warm up, because it was an intense winter. In fact, for any of you guys who are on here from Alaska, drop in the chat what the coldest temperature it was for you guys this year. Let's show the rest of the world how cold it gets in Alaska and the things we survive to live here. Okay, we've got some people sharing their guesses, guessing from May 4th to May 12th. Awesome. Sounds like you're probably going to be right in the window. And yep, more solid guesses. Cool. Yup. Watching from King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. Amazing. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna roll through these to see, okay, who reached the coldest temperature this year. I think mine, which was a personal record both this year and just lifetime record, I think mine was negative 53. Negative 53 is what I saw on our outdoor thermometer with my own eyes. And yeah, it was freaking cold this winter. Not only that, but it stayed cold, because yes, we are used to cold temperatures. That is normal in the winter. However, what was very abnormal about this year is that it barely had any reprieve. Usually if it drops to 20 or 30 or 40 or whatever below, it will come back up. It only stays there for a couple days, and then the temperature pops back up to, negative 10 or maybe 2 or 3 degrees or something, somewhere closer to 0 at least. But this year it stayed and stayed and stayed and stayed and stayed, and maybe popped up 1 or 2 days for some relieving temperatures, and then just went straight back down. That is the opposite of what is normal, guys. So it was crazy. Okay. Oh, we have someone from Barrow. Nice. But now you live in Wasilla, so you know what the cold is like, and the dark. Okay, Ruby. Yup. Greenville. Nice. Okay. John says, get your fishing rod and try jigging for fish. That would be fun. Cruise ship in Juneau. Nice. Awesome. Oh, wow. Shonda says, my mom's grandpa participated in the Serum Run. Sam Joseph ran from Coast Jacket above, used to be the main village before Tanana became one. Oh, interesting. But went from Coast Jacket to Ruby, Alaska. Interesting. Thank you so much for sharing that history with us and that personal connection. That's amazing. So amazing. I have super mad respect for all those mushers. Okay, I will say, I'm not a historian. I'm not good at remembering the specific facts and dates, but from what I remember, there was like 23 or 25 dog mushing teams that relayed the serum out there. So I know sometimes it's like, oh, it was all Togo or it was all Balto or whatever. No, guys, there was 25 teams, 25 or 23, whatever the number actually is, mushers and mushing teams that all worked together to get it out there. And they battled some of the most brutal temperatures, because like this year, that year was crazy cold. When they left the Nenana train depot, it was like 53 below, right? What we were just talking about. Those temperatures that we were just talking about, they left for this relay at those temperatures and just took it all the way out there. Talk about the heart and spirit of Alaskan people and Alaskan dogs. Like, it's so inspiring. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Chickaloon, Alaska. Nice. Okay. Wisconsin, cool, awesome. Healy, Alaska, yep, you guys are just an hour away. Okay. And more stars, thank you guys so much. Los Angeles, awesome. Anchorage, born and raised. South Dakota, Savannah, Georgia. New Wixit, okay, thanks guys. New Wixit. I'm gonna get that down by the end of this live, I hope. Okay. Okay, Margaret is watching from the UK. Amazing. Welcome from across the ocean. Okay, so now we're getting into the temperatures that you guys are letting us know what you survived this winter. Okay, negative 70, okay, 70 below zero in Copper Center during New Year's. Oh my gosh, that is insane. I have not been in negative 70 degrees. Like I said, 50 to 53 below is my record. Okay, Tisha says, not it, but my thermometer outside got down to negative 30. Yep, or 32, sorry. Negative 32. Yeah. Guys, those are wicked cold temperatures if you haven't experienced them before. Negative 60 in Nulato. Yup. Oh, amazing. Ex-Clear resident watching from Valencia, Spain. Awesome. So is that your new post out there? So for anyone who doesn't know, we have a Space Force station that has a radar system that is for defense of the United States, right about like 20 minutes away from Nenana. So there's quite a military presence on that base. And people can get stationed there from all over. So that's cool that you were out here. Hi guys! I'm just doing a Facebook Live over here. Welcome to the river. Okay, let's see more. Okay, Anchorage, nice. Susan says, I've been placing bets here since 2011. Nice. I have relatives and I send money, they mail me tickets, and then mail back to get Putin bucket. Okay. Sorry, I'm not quite following you there, but nice. Okay, hold on a sec. I am getting a phone call, so I'm going to turn it on mute here for a sec, but you guys can still watch the river. Alright guys, I am back. Thanks for sitting tight, hanging on here. Okay, so let's get back to these comments, see if I can find out where I stopped. Man, I really wish Facebook would fix that comment jumping problem. You just like touch something and then it totally jumps to somewhere else in the comments. Okay, anyway. All right, I found my spot. Okay, so yeah, okay, so Los Angeles, Alaska, born and raised, and look, there's another ice chunk floating down. South Dakota, Watching from Savannah, Georgia. Awesome. Okay. Melfi is asking, you got a name, live reporter? Hi, I'm Amy. I'll turn my camera around. Hi, guys. I'm Amy. Nice to meet you, too. Okay. Here's the river again. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, we were already to the temperatures. See guys, it throws me off when the comments jump. Okay, so -60 in Nulato. Oh my gosh. Yep. Which I already highlighted. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm like literally replaying myself. See, I need a bookmark. I need a bookmark where I've made it to in the comments. Okay. Yep, so we were talking about Clear, Anchorage, placing bets since 2011. Yeah, let me know how long you guys have been paying attention to the Ice Classic. When did you learn about it? How did you find out about it? And how long have you been playing? Okay. We've got more people from Nulato, Palmer. Okay, we have a question. What is the pot worth? Just wondering. So, the last few years, it's been around like $233,000. It's been as high as $300-something thousand. I think the record, I don't know the numbers. Like I said, guys, I'm not really a numbers person, but I know the concepts. I know it's made it into the 300,000s, maybe like 325, something like that. So that's what the jackpot is worth. And quick piece of information, trivia. The jackpot gets split between anyone who guesses the exact minute. So, or whoever has the closest minute if no one guesses the exact time. And they go to the closest minute before or after. So, for example, if it was like 2:27, if the tripod went out at 2:27 p.m. and no one had guessed 2:27 p.m., they would then look to see who got the closest, whether it was 2:26 or 2:28 or any deviation of the same distance, either before that minute or after that minute. And whoever has guessed the exact or the closest minute wins the jackpot, and anyone with that minute time splits the jackpot. So there have been anywhere from one winner to, I don't know, 47 or something like that. Again, I'm not the numbers person. If anyone knows those numbers, that would be really cool for you to share them. But they're out there. Or if anyone's sitting there with like ChatGPT or something, you could probably find that out too. Yeah, so sometimes it gets split many different ways, and sometimes there's just one lucky winner. We've got Massachusetts, Greensboro, North Carolina, and Cordova, nice. Mountain Village, near Lower Yukon. Okay, watching from Maine, sweet. Okay, oh, Shonda says, I grew up in Tanana, Ruby, and Minto, and we grew up in -80 below. So yeah, 80 below zero with 60 mile per hour wind. Jeez. Okay, so already -80 is insane, but add the wind on top of that. Oh my gosh, that wind chill was I'm sure that was brutal. Oh yeah, you just said living in the interior is brutal. Yup. Watching from Chicago, welcome. Rockport, Texas. Raining in Cordova. I hope that helps with the melt where you're at. Frank says, love this live update. Super cool. Aw, yay. I'm so glad you're loving it. I love to be out here too. Mostly when it's, happy, sunny, warm-ish like this, although I am starting to feel a little bit cold. Okay, with these temperatures, it's like really sensitive to whether the sun is covered or not, and we just got some cloud cover, so I'm definitely feeling a little bit of the shiver. But thanks to some amazing fans, okay, sorry, it's shaking again because I'm reaching down to get something. Thanks to the amazing fans who sent the hot chocolate donations this morning, and if you're wondering about that, you can go see the post, but it really helps me to stay out here longer. So I have my hot chocolate. I'm gonna turn it around. See you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is gonna make me really happy. Thank you guys so much for sending those hot chocolate donations, because it really got me excited to be out here. And now that I'm actually a little chilly, it's a good time to pull that out. Yeah, okay. Ooh, that was hot. I forgot, it's in a thermos. And so I thought that it would have cooled down by now, but that's the whole point of a thermos, right? Hi, welcome to the river. I'm just doing a live update over here on Facebook.
Okay, I see your probably video.
Yeah. Where are you from?
I'm from Ohio.
Nice, welcome here.
Thank you.
Do you mind being on camera or anything?
No, I don't mind.
Okay, here, we'll say, everyone say hi. So what brought you here then?
Adventure.
Awesome, Alaska's a great place for that, obviously.
What's the story with that?
Okay, so this is the Nenana Ice Classic tripod, and it's been a tradition for more than 100 years. And how it started was this black railroad bridge over here. Here, I'll show everyone else too. This black railroad bridge, when it was being built, then because the summer construction season is so short here in Alaska, they had, like, the engineering teams had to figure out a way to construct it quickly enough during the winter when the river was frozen over. And they, well, I guess they were, they could construct some parts in the winter, but then they had to know when the ice was going to go out, when they needed to be done. So the engineering teams just placed a tripod on the river and placed bets on when they thought the river would go out. And I think they did it, a couple years in a row to get the data that they needed for the bridge. And the tradition just stuck. And now 100 years later, we have people that guess from all over the world, and the jackpot is, we don't know the jackpot officially this year yet, but it's usually $200,000 or $300,000. Yep, it's fun.
So, is your money on today?
Me?
Yeah.
I actually do have 2 tickets for today. One of them already passed. One of them is later today. But I got off. It's not going out today unless something crazy happens. But it's really fun to play.
Where do you get a ticket?
So, there's no, ticket sales closed April 5th.
Oh, okay.
But tickets go on sale usually in the summer after the Ice Classic season is over. You can pick them up here locally in Nenana from some businesses, but then across Alaska, they open February is when the ticket sales start.
You can buy them online?
So unfortunately, there aren't online sales. There's like gambling restrictions and stuff like that for online sales, but you can mail your guests into the Ice Classic office, which is just right here, and they have all the info on their website. So that's how everyone across the world plays, is just by sending their guesses in by snail mail.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and they're $3 a guess, and you can guess as many as you want, and you just fill out, well, you send your information to them, and then they'll fill your ticket out for you and submit it, so.
And is it down to the hour or the minute?
Down to the minute.
Down to the minute.
Yep. You have to get the month, day, hour, AM, PM, obviously, and the minute.
Yeah.
And then whoever lands on the exact minute or closest, if there is no one with the exact minute, and they split the jackpot.
And so I assume there's a camera somewhere watching it. Like...
Yeah, actually. Okay, so here is the camera up on the, I actually don't know exactly where it sits, but it should be on the Ice Classic tower.
I think I see it.
Okay, so anyone who happens to be on their computers or phones or whatever, go to the webcam and see if you can see us. We'll wave hi. Hi! But the cool thing is that this year they actually for the first time got a live camera. Previous to this, it was just a still shot camera that would do updates every 30 seconds.
Okay.
So, and that was, I mean, that obviously is helpful, but if the tripod ever goes out within that 30-second window, you miss the whole thing. You see it there and then it's not there. So
before technology, somebody had to sit out here and watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, so every year there's also a person in the watchtower or like in the clock tower, so that there's a 24-hour watch, so that there are always physical eyes on the tripod and the clock.
Right,
yes, yep. They've been there for a week. I mean, through rotations. There's a group of people that rotate through it, so there's 24-hour surveillance.
They only started a week ago?
I mean, maybe a little bit longer than a week ago, but
just based on temperature and what's already known,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise it's, wasted money when you don't need to pay someone when you know the tripod isn't going anywhere.
So those people are being paid.
Yeah. Yep, it's a job. And
Is there a waiting list for that employment?
You can walk over to the office right now and sign up. It's a fun job. One of the biggest reasons why they have 24-hour surveillance is because of the clock that's in there. Because obviously if anyone tampers with the clock, then it messes with everything.
That's the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So as soon as they hook up the clock is, I think, when they put the Watchman out. So when it looks like things are getting close, a week or two out to be safe, for sure.
Yeah.
Then they get the clock hooked up, and then they get the watch people in the tower, and then we just sit and watch and wait and have a lot of fun doing it.
Well, based on you said it's not going to happen today. Mm-hmm. Have you been out here multiple days, or are you just hanging out today?
I mean, I haven't been necessarily sitting out here for multiple days, but I'll come and do photos, and then I post them to the fan page so people can get a look at the river and know what has changed from day to day. So, yeah, I'm mostly out here today because it's such gorgeous weather, and because it has been a while since I've done a Facebook Live, and just wanted to have fun out here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, so what made you stop in Nenana? Because I'm assuming you're going several places.
I'm on my way to Cantwell.
Okay.
That's where I'll be for the summer.
Okay,
and I've
nice.
gotten here way early.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's just not much to do. Like the weather has not permitted, like it hasn't been picnic weather.
Right. Yep, we've all been waiting for it to thaw out.
So, yeah, it's just me and my dog. And,
okay.
And nothing to do but drive,
Mm-hmm.
So we're here at least 3 days early.
Yeah. Okay.
It is today the 2nd.
Yeah.
So 4 days.
Okay.
So
you have a job out there, or that's where you're just going to adventure?
I'm working at the RV park for the summer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
In exchange for a place to stay.
Cool. So you can get your Alaskan adventure in?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what was your name?
Andy.
Nice to meet you, Andy. I'm Amy.
Amy, nice to meet you.
Yeah. I'm so glad that you found this little gem.
Yeah, I'm happy I stopped by.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll probably be, I mean, obviously anything can happen, but my guess is it'll still be 3 or 4 days.
Okay.
But you never know. Okay, so I'll tell you guys on the camera too. So these are some of the things that we're gonna watch for signs of progress. So downriver, that whole section needs to start breaking up and move because this tripod can't go anywhere without movement downriver. So right now there's 2 channels on either side of the river that are open, but the stuff in the middle is still pretty solid. I mean, there's signs of thawing. There's the gray patches, so you can see it's thinning. Yeah. But still nothing significant that's moving down there. And in order for the tripod to stop the clock, it has to move 100 feet. So it can't just like sink or tip over or anything like that. It has to move in order for the clock to officially stop.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Yup. So until stuff happens downriver, this isn't really gonna go much. Yeah. But still, there's daily progression as far as, you know, what else is opening up, other spots that are opening up.
There's some good flow right here.
Yeah, yeah, it's fun to see the ice chunks floating down and all the slush. Yeah, and upriver, there's also quite a bit of open water, so that's definitely good signs. And that stuff, especially when more water comes down, then it can push some of this ice. So like you can see down there, there's an ice jam. And when there's ice jams like that, then you just kind of wait for either water or ice from upriver to kind of push that through. So yeah, a lot of exciting things can happen. We just sit out here and watch. We watch ice melt for fun. Right, guys? Yeah. We have 60 people on live right now from all over the world. And earlier we had like 93 or something. Obviously it just fluctuates here and there depending on people hopping on and off.
What's the Facebook page?
It's called Nenana Ice Classic fan page. Okay. Yep. And we have 22,000 followers. So it's really exciting. Yeah. Yep, so now that you've actually been here, then if you follow the fan page, then you can keep an eye on it every year. Absolutely. And then guest next year and every year after and play the game with us.
Gained a follower today.
Yay! Woohoo! Okay, so, I'm gonna get back to these comments. I don't even know if I'll see all of them because there have been so many new comments. Okay, so Terry's asking, is it moving? Nope, it's not moving. It has not moved at all. But the ice around the legs has been thawing, so that's cool. So yeah, the base of the tripod is exposed, and that is usually sitting under like 18 inches of ice or something. So that is significant progress, but no, nothing with the tripod has moved. Okay, yep, Kathleen's also asking, have you seen any movement of the tripod or just water opening up and ice thinning? Yep, just some pockets of water pooling on top around the tripod, and then of course this stuff opening up in front, and lots of opening up upriver. I haven't seen stuff in the middle downriver, but again, there's 2 channels on either side of the river downriver, so that is good and helpful. And nice to meet you, Andy.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, thanks. Okay. What was that?
Thanks for the info.
Yeah, you're welcome. Hope to see you on the fan page later. Right. Okay, so let's see what else I can catch on here. Okay. Woohoo! Oh yeah, I was gonna rock out with my hot chocolate, guys. That's what I was gonna do. Okay. Okay, I see someone saying the seagulls have returned. Yes, they have. I can actually hear some right now. They're probably too faint to hear on the Facebook Live, but they're like flying right around here. And like I said, I'm even learning new things every single year. And I've heard people say that when the seagulls come back, then it is like 10 days after they come back that it comes out. You know, that's just, everyone's got their own theories and everything, right? But that was interesting to me. I don't know the exact days that I saw seagulls back for the first time, but it's probably been at least 4 days. So I don't know, we'll see how that trend holds. It might have been longer than that too. Like, just because I haven't seen them for more than 4 days doesn't mean that they haven't been around. But they were definitely here yesterday, for anyone who saw the post of the I Spy post, like the I Spy picture, to see who could spot the seagull hiding in the photo. You can go look for that one. Okay, Peggy says, first year, awesome, welcome, and thanks for joining us. I'm so glad you found the fan page. Is anyone else here for the first time? If so, give us a little wave, and we're so excited that you're here. Tisha says, I've been buying tickets off and on the last 20 years. Awesome. That's so fun. So I've only been getting tickets since 2020. So I guess that's an easy benchmark for me to remember how long I've been doing it. So this is coming up on, well, I mean, this is the 6th year for me. And so yeah, it's been super fun. Okay, Cliff says, born and raised in Nenana, live in Fairbanks, Alaska now. Nice. Okay. Oh, Jerry, of course you would be the one with all the info. Thank you for looking that up. Okay, Jerry has let us know the biggest jackpot on record was $363,627 in 2014. Nice, yeah. I remember that year. That was a big jackpot, and that was really exciting to see it grow like that. And that is one thing that we are super excited about on the fan page, is to just grow this exciting game and find more people who want to play with us. And so for any of you who have not played before or are wondering how to play, if you're in Alaska, they distribute red cans across the state at, you know, gas stations or some grocery stores. They have a list of all of the red cans and where they are placed, so that you can go to those locations, buy tickets. They're $3 each. You place your guess of the month, the day, the hour, and the minute, and AM and PM, and then you okay, sorry, I totally lost my train of thought. Okay, yeah, so if you're in Alaska, then you go to the places where those red ticket buckets are. If you're outside of Alaska, you can mail your guesses in, and they have all the official instructions for that on their website. So a reminder, we're not official representatives, so go to the website for all the official data, all the official announcements, all the official instructions, all of that. They've got that on there, but you can mail your money and your guesses in, and they will fill out the ticket for you, and then they will and then you'll be able to play just like all of us. So yeah, okay, so yeah, the jackpot, the highest jackpot it's ever been is $363,627 in 2014. Thanks, Jerry. I know that was a while back, but we had that fun conversation with a first timer on the river here. Okay. Mike says, I've been to Alaska many times, as I like to say, Alaska. Nice. Been following Tripod for about 5 years, I think. Nice. Okay, so we have a question. On one live, you tried pointing out Denali. Can you really see Denali from the tripod view? Okay, so that's a tricky one, just because, here, I'll try to show, I'll turn around. Hold on, let me get my hot chocolate so it won't spill. Okay, so I'm like, you know, at ground level, and there's buildings in the way, so I can't see it from here where the tripod is sitting, because there's those buildings, like I said. But that's the direction where Denali is. If you are on the bridge driving and it's a clear day, yes, you can see Denali from right up there. So that's super cool. Even for us who live here, it's a treat to see Denali, because between here and where Denali sits is a very long distance. It's, okay, like I said, I'm not a numbers person. It's more than 100 miles, if not hundreds. So it's very far away, and the weather between here, I mean, it's got its own weather patterns because the mountains are so huge. That whole range is huge. It's got its own weather patterns. So even if it's clear out here, it's not necessarily clear out there, and vice versa. So it's really exciting when we get to see Denali. However, it's not rare. And it's always beautiful when you get to see Denali. So yeah, you can see it from Nenana, but not necessarily from where we're at right now, sitting with the tripod, if that makes sense. So, okay, we've got someone from Endwell, New York. Okay, upstate New York, nice. Peters Creek, Alaska. Oklahoma, Big Lake, nice. Watching from Pawatuck. Oh, NWT. Okay, help me with my geography there. Is that Canada? I'm so sorry if I butchered that. Let me know where that one is. Hawaii! Awesome! Yes, I was literally wondering last night if we had any fans watching from Hawaii, because as I've been hanging out with you fans for the last, more than 10 days, probably like 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks now, I've seen comments from all over the place, but I don't remember seeing Hawaii yet, so that's exciting. I'm so glad you showed up today. Nice. Okay. Aw, Kayla, you're so welcome, and thanks for the stars. I love having you on here. Okay. Oh, sorry, my comments are jumping again, trying to find where I was at. Okay, Nikiski, Alaska, nice. Okay, oh yeah, so Jerry is saying, look at that crack by the edge. Yup. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom in here so you guys can see what she's talking about. Okay, see this crack right here? That is awesome, because that means stuff is shifting, and hopefully, sometime soon that will break free, and that more ice that breaks free means more ice that shoves stuff downriver. And we like the shoving. That gets stuff moving. Yes. Thanks for pointing that out, Jerry. And sounds like we've got an airplane. Sorry. Oh, no, a helicopter. Okay. We've got a helicopter flying overhead. By the way, I wanted to give a shout out to Steven. Okay, let me find his name, because if you guys have seen on our fan page feed, there have been some epic videos shared by this awesome pilot. Okay, Steven Stidham. Okay, Steven Stidham. He has been doing flyovers of the Tanana to do river watch updates. And if you haven't seen those yet, go find them on our page, because they are so cool. Not only is the footage epic, and you can actually get the bird's eye view of what's going on the river, because he flies right around, he starts upriver on the Tanana and then comes down and flies right over Nenana, and you can see the railroad bridge and the tripod and the highway bridge. And it is so fun to see those bird's eye view updates. And he has even made some AI songs about the tripod that are just super fun. So definitely go listen to those. They're just pure fun. Very well done. I enjoy listening to them. And yeah, so I just wanted to give a shout out to him because that has been super helpful to have those flyovers, and the footage is epic and the music is great. So yeah, super fun. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we've got Wasilla, but watching from the North Slope. Awesome. Yes. Okay, more stars. Oh, thank you guys so much. I know it sounds cliche or whatever, like, for me to say thank you, but like, I really, truly, truly do mean it from the bottom of my heart. We feel the love. We really feel the love when you guys send the stars, or this morning people sent donations for hot chocolate, and that is making me happy. It really makes it possible for me to stay out here longer and just hang out with you guys, and we definitely mean that with all our hearts when we say thank you for the love, the donations, and the stars. Okay. Ooh, we have someone from the Netherlands. Awesome. Welcome. That is so cool. So, my parents just went on a trip to the Netherlands, and they loved it. They loved it so much. It was amazing. So that's really cool to have that connection. Also, my last name is from the from the Netherlands. My last name is Verhagen, and apparently that is a very, very common last name there. I am not pronouncing it authentically. I am pronouncing it the American way, but I've heard people say it the authentic way, and I'm not going to attempt on camera, but that is so cool. So what a fun connection, and welcome here. Okay. Oh, okay. Like I said, I'm behind on the cameras. I mean, on the comments. So I'm just catching up from what you guys have said a long time ago. But you guys were saying that you can see two of us on the webcam. You can see us having our conversation out here. Okay, I'm gonna do another wave. So, hi guys. If there's anyone who's watching on the live cam that the Nenana Ice Classic has set up on the clock tower, then yeah, you can see me for real, just sitting out here chilling on my camping chair with my phone next to my car, and I have my snack bag and my hot chocolate. Here you guys can see. Here I am, got my hot chocolate, my camping chair, and my snack bag. So yeah, thanks guys for hanging out with me. Rhonda says, beautiful tulips there in the Netherlands. Yes, that was my mom's favorite part. She is a garden and flower fanatic, and I swear, she was like crying happy tears with the amazing, amazing tulips that she got to see. So that's cool. Okay. Oh, Max is asking, what is the temperature there? It is about 50 degrees. It might be like 51 or 52, but it's about 50 degrees, and it is, you can see that it is blue skies, but the sun right now is covered by clouds. So it feels chilly. You can definitely feel the difference when it's direct sun or shaded over. So yeah, I'm feeling a little chilled right now. But overall, it is a nice temperature, and it's a gorgeous day. Okay. Josephine said, it's fun watching putting up as well. Yeah, so when the tripod gets put up, that is a super fun event. And I did come to the river for it, but I got here just too late, and they had already hoisted it, which is insane because I got here within 10 minutes, and they already had it up. So it happens fast, and you blink, you miss it. So next year I will come early if I'm available that day, which I usually try to be. I'll come early so that I don't actually miss the hoisting. but we do have videos of one on YouTube. So we do have a YouTube channel. And there is a video where you can see it being put up and what that looks like if you're curious. So, okay. Nice. Okay, so we have someone from Utqiagvik. Okay, I'm so sorry if I butchered that. And that is the furthest north city in Alaska, or town. So that's awesome. Yep, top of the world. Amazing. You guys are so hardcore where it's very dark and very cold for even longer than it is here. And I already have a hard time here with how dark and cold it gets. So that's amazing. Hi from Kenai. Nice. Amazing. Aw, Josephine, thank you so much. She said, you're incredibly awesome. Aw, thank you so much. That makes my heart sparkle. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, more love. Denise says, enjoying your coverage today, Amy. Watching, oh no, it jumped. Watching from Endwell, New York. Amazing. I love it when we can spread across the country and across the globe. So very, very happy to have you here. Yes, yes, yes. And I have my teammate here on here as well, Rebecca Troxel. If any of you are the original fans, the OGs, Rebecca was the one that started this page, and she is still the core backbone of this page. But she is joining us from Washington because they moved from Nenana. And so now she gets to love the tripod from afar, and I'm the boots on the ground. So any of the posts that you see are either Rebecca or me tag teaming it. And so she's putting comments in here also saying we've gotten 2.3 million views this season, which is so exciting. Thank you guys. We appreciate you guys joining us and participating and, seeing our content and keeping your eyes on the river. That's what we're here for, is like all eyes on the river every spring. So it's really exciting that we've got 2.3 million views just this season, like in the last 14 days, in the last 6 weeks, which is incredible. We also have 23,000 followers, 3,000 of which are from this season. So welcome all of you new people joining us at the fan page. Even if you've been playing Ice Classic for years, we're so excited to have you joining us on the fan page. And thank you for the stars. Yes, as Rebecca was saying, thank you so much for the stars. Okay, hold on. I'm getting another phone call, so I'm turning it on mute. Hey guys, I am back. Thanks for hanging tight. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, so I'm catching up on the comments again. Okay, we've got, oh yeah, you're welcome for pointing out the direction of Denali. And we've got people from Yuma, Arizona. Nice. Oh, Northwest Territory. Of course. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying that. I don't always remember what the abbreviations are, but cool. All right, so oh, internet says the mountain Denali is 80 to 90 miles away. Okay, so I stand corrected. Thank you for fact checking me. I'm not a numbers person, so I'm glad when you guys can get the real numbers. I wish I had like all these numbers stored in my head. So yeah, Denali is not more than 100 miles away. And I probably should have known that because Denali National Park is just over 50 miles away. But anyway, it seems super, super far away. Yeah, Denali Park is about an hour away from Nenana. And we are also an hour away in the opposite direction of Fairbanks. So we are smack dab between Fairbanks and Denali National Park. And so we get a lot of the people who drive through that fly into Fairbanks and then drive to Denali. So, yep, okay. And awesome, Jerry, you are amazing with bringing the facts and all the little tidbits of information. So in 1925, the jackpot was $14,500. That is so interesting. I would love to know what that is worth in today's amount of money, like for inflation, because that seems like a big chunk of money for that time period. And yep, so that was, let's see. I'm trying to remember the year that the Ice Classic started. That would have been within the first few years of it even starting. So that's pretty cool. Okay. Yes. Steven Stidham is the pilot that I was talking about, so definitely go and watch his stuff. That was so cool. Watching from South Naknek, nice. Esther, awesome. That's just a little bit away from here, like right outside of Fairbanks. Okay, we have a question. Do they ice fish around here? There are some people who do it. And it's actually growing in popularity right now. It's not like you'll be out here and see it happening all the time, but it is becoming a more fun pastime to get out here as in the last couple of years. For the second year in a row, we have hosted an ice fishing derby here in Nenana. So it just started last winter, was continued this winter, and people have a blast. So they come out here and pick a spot right down here on the river. This is where it's hosted, between the two bridges. That's what it's called, like the Between the Bridges Burbot Bash. And everyone picks a camping spot. You set up your tent and your gear and everything, and you drill a hole in the ice. And then you bait your fishing poles or sticks or whatever they use. And then they wait to see if they catch any burbot or anything else. And then they have a contest for the largest burbot, the smallest burbot, and the most amount of fish caught. So if anyone's interested in that, then you can keep an eye out for that next winter. It's usually in January. I think they've actually held two each year, like one in January and one in March. So that's super fun. But yeah, historically, there hasn't been a lot. It is just so cold out here, so you really have to have the right gear to do it. And Okay, yeah, Josephine is saying they need help putting it up, but it's really fun to do it. Yes, this tripod is huge. So I don't know if, you know, how big you imagine it to be, but it's about 30 feet tall. I think like 26 is what was shared with me before. Someone else looked it up. So this thing is like 26 feet tall. That's more than 2 stories tall. So yes, it is heavy. It takes a lot of manpower to hoist this thing, but it is a community event. That is the whole point of Tripod Days, which is hosted by the Nenana Ice Classic every first weekend in March, and it is the best winter event that we have in our community. It is so much fun. They have contests and games, and there's vendors that come and performers, and it's just a really, really fun time, especially after being cooped up in the winter for so long and so cold. It is a very exciting event that people look forward to every spring. Well, by then it's still the dead of winter, guys. I know March sounds like it should be spring, and in many places it's starting to be, but for us it's still the dead of winter, which is why they put it out, because the river is still completely frozen at that point. And it's so frozen you can drive trucks out here, which they do, and it's necessary because that is how they get the pieces of the tripod out here to assemble on the river. And then they have any community members who want to participate, and they hoist it up together. It gets nailed and screwed together, held in place with many very strong contraptions, and then they chainsaw channels into the ice for the feet to drop into. They drop the tripod into those ice channels, and then they drill holes so that the water comes up, fills the channels, and freezes the feet in place. So send some likes or hearts or something if you've never heard that before, if that is new information to you, because it's pretty amazing to watch that process happen. And Rebecca, my Facebook partner, has said that she put a raising the tripod video on our stories today, so go check that out if you want to see what that looks like. Watching from Derry, New Hampshire. Awesome. Welcome. Indianapolis, Indiana. Enjoying your live and following the tripod. Nice. So happy to have you here and glad you're enjoying it. Watching from Yorktown, Virginia. Amazing. And Tisha says, we love Rebecca. Yes, we do. We so do. You both are awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It's super fun to work with Rebecca, and I really, really enjoy being out here on the ice and doing the updates for you guys. And Rebecca says, share this craziness with your friends. Yes, please do. It is so much fun to share the craze, because it is a craze. Once you get into it, it hooks you. It hooks you for life. I feel like it's like once you get into it, there's no going back. It's so much fun. And yes, all eyes on the river every spring. Tripod says, all eyes on me, says Lola. Yup. We've got this prima donna here every spring, sitting pretty, standing tall. All eyes from all across the globe are on this tripod and on this river. It is so much fun. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Michael is asking, or Macaulay, sorry, I don't know if it's McCall or Michael. Have you seen on the webcam in past years that the viewing area gets blocked off for safety? Yes. And you're asking, how do they determine when to do that? That's a good question. I don't actually know, but when I've seen it happen, it's usually because the flags are on the ground. Oh, look, guys, here's another ice chunk floating down. Okay, and I'm going to jump back to that question because it's a good question. So, sometimes when the ice gets slushy or whatever else is going on, the tripod tips over or moves in some other fashion, and this string of flags drops because the tension is, the tension is lowered. So if the flags are on the ground, then obviously they don't want anyone to be able to touch them, mess with them, pull them, trip over them, drive over them, whatever it is, or else that has the potential to erroneously stop the clock. And we obviously don't want the clock to be stopped at the wrong time when the tripod hasn't actually pulled it. So that is at least one scenario where I know that happens. There may be other reasons why that happens, but that is a good question and a curious one. And yeah. Oh, Rebecca already answered that. She said when the wires start to droop. Yep. Okay. Okay, so 26 feet tall and the red flag is 8 feet long. Yup. So crazy. Okay. Wow, I think I have actually officially made it to the end of the comments. Amazing. I was wondering if I would ever catch up. Okay, so is there anything else that you guys want to see out here? I know obviously we're mostly just looking at the tripod, but I would be curious to know if there's other stuff that you want to see, that you're curious to be shown around right here on the riverbank. Denise says, I have been buying tickets for 5 years now. For 5 years, and now have my son in New Hampshire participating. Amazing! Thanks for spreading the love. She says, friend in North Pole, Alaska, introduced me to the classic. Love watching the ice melt. You are amazing, Amy. Aw, thank you so much. She says, thanks for what you do. You are so welcome. It's people like you that make this very happy and makes my heart glow. So thank you so much. And I'm so glad that other people are enjoying it with you now. It is so fun, right? So a friend shared it with you and then you shared it with your son. It is so much fun, and it can bring people together across the globe, across the country, wherever you're connecting from. And yeah, so I have a brother that lives in Maryland and he likes to play it too. So it's a fun connection point because then you can make your guesses and collaborate on strategies, just all sorts of fun stuff. Or you could go in on it together. You can pool your money and then get more tickets and then split the jackpot, whatever you want to do. So that's super fun. Lots of fun ways to play and get people that you love excited and involved too. Okay, so Rebecca's reminding me, talk about the bottom ice. Yeah, okay, so this is something that I am newly learning, and Rebecca was helping me understand more about this today, or last night. I can't even remember if it was last night or this morning. I guess it was this morning. Okay, so there are no pieces right now, but when we see chunks of ice that have a lot of dirt or gravel, rocks and stuff in them, that means that it has come up from the bottom of the river. And the the river water is so cold that when it touches a solid object, it can instantaneously crystallize. But the running water, the swiftness of the river keeps the whole thing from freezing over. So there still is running water, but at the bottom, then it can, when it hits something solid, rocks or the edges, then that can instantaneously crystallize it into ice. And so there is ice that accumulates at the bottom, even though ice is supposed to float, it's hooked onto the solid rocks and ice at the bottom, or sorry, the sand and silt at the bottom. So, hi, oh, we have a friend walking over here. So that's called the anchor ice, and it's big news when we start seeing anchor ice break up and float down the river, because that means, number one, it's getting warm enough for that to do so. Second of all, it means that there's water or ice or other objects that are pushing it and breaking it free, and it means that there's more thick pieces of ice to bump into other stuff and break it up. So it's a very big deal whenever that is happening, and we always watch for the anchor ice to start showing up, and that's when we know things are getting closer and closer. So we did start to see some anchor ice over the last couple days, and that is very exciting. Okay, let's see. Yes. Nenana Ice Classic fan page love. Yes, yes. Okay. Yeah, there's lots of really, really random, cool facts that you can learn along the way with the Ice Classic. And you'll just, pick those up over time the more and more you hang out with us. And the more and more I learn as well. It's always fun to learn new facts and figures about the Ice Classic. Okay, let me see. I can just give you a really quick tour around here if you want to see as well. Okay, so here's the river, of course, that you guys always watch with us. There's the highway bridge, the train depot, the Ice Classic Tower. So there's the watchtower, and the Watchman's shack where the clock is. So the official clock is sitting right here inside that window, so anyone can see the time. And so they hook that up every year so that there is the official clock with the time, and whenever the clock stops with this pulley system, that is what calls the official time. There's one more thing I was gonna share about that. Oh yes, okay. If you are wondering about any of these fun tidbits or the history of the Ice Classic, or just like how it works and what Nenana is like, highly, highly recommend the documentary called Classic. It was put out a few years ago, and it is so well done, highly entertaining. It represents Nenana very well and gives a really awesome overview. In fact, it was that documentary that got me into the Ice Classic. I've lived here for coming up on 13 years, and I've only played for the last 6 years. It was literally that documentary that got me in the craze. It was so fascinating to watch that and see the ins and outs of how it works, and like what people's strategies are, and just all of that stuff. So you can find that, just Google it, the documentary called Classic, and it used to be like on Tubi for free with ads, and it's other places now. So that's super fun. And if you're looking for a Saturday night movie to watch, absolutely go watch that one. It is so much fun, and it's the perfect weekend to watch it since we're all watching the tripod. And then you'll know like so much of the backstory and the behind the scenes of what goes on. So, oh, awesome. Denise says, "Thank you, Amy. I will check out that documentary. You're so welcome. I think you will love it and enjoy it. And if you start to nerd out about it like me, you can message us, okay? Like, for real. It is so much fun. Okay, so continuing on with the tour here, this is St. Mark's Chapel, and it has been in Nenana since the very early 1900s. So it is also, I believe, more than 100 years old, and definitely an iconic building here, part of our Nenana history. And interestingly enough, that is not the original location it actually was like, there have been several huge floods in Nenana, and that building was picked up from its original location and washed away somewhere else, and then they recovered it and placed it right here to where it sits today. So at least that's the basic overview of the history that I understand. But man, like, this is when I wish I was the history nerd, the history buff. I love the stories. I can remember the stories, but I can't remember the dates and the specifics and the numbers. So I like to talk about the stories and what I remember, but it's not always factually spot on. So anyway, just a disclaimer there. Here, let me zoom in though, because it's a pretty cute little log building. So, okay. Yes, Jerry also says, oh man, I'm going to watch that tonight. Yes, it is so much fun. It's a great documentary. Okay. Oh, Barb is also asking or commenting about the Alaska Standard Time. Yes, okay. So that is a very important point. Thank you for bringing that up. So this clock here stays on Alaska Standard Time. In the spring, our local time springs forward into daylight savings time, but this Nenana clock stays on Alaska Standard Time. So it is an hour behind all of our local clocks. So FYI, just so you know, if there's confusion when the clock goes out and we post the time that the official clock says, that's why it's going to be an hour behind local time. So yep, little helpful tidbit of information. And okay, so continuing on, I'm going to zoom back out so we can see the bird's eye view, everything in context. Okay, so over here, this is the Nenana Ice Classic office. This is the Ice Classic office building, and you can see there is the trailer right there where they load up all the red cans to take to all the places across Alaska and distribute them so they can collect the tickets. And so that's where the head operations are, the office and everything. And looks like we have a biking team coming out here. Woo, look at that. We're having a biking party on the riverbank. Cool, cool. So yeah, that's where the headquarters are. But the operations, like the ticket counting, is going on at what's called the Civic Center. That's like our community building. And so yeah, they're still counting tickets. That is ongoing right now. And I just heard yesterday they're not even close to being done. They still have a lot. So yeah, and that is normal. That is very normal to still be in the ticket counting process even after the tripod goes out, because it is all done by hand. That's both for authenticity and to preserve the tradition, and it gives the Nenana residents a local job that is seasonal and that everyone looks forward to participating in, the ones that do. It's something that gets people out and, you know, socializing, just back together. And so that is a very strong core value of the Nenana Ice Classic is to preserve that ticket counting method, all by hand, all by local people that come out and help and do it. So yeah, it's very authentic, so that they make sure everything is double and triple checked, counted, and made sure it is 100%, everything is correct. So you can rest assured your tickets are in good hands, and it's double and triple checked, so no winners are missed, and all the ticket times are properly entered into the data log. Okay, so here is the railroad bridge that I was talking about earlier, about the history of how this whole thing got started. Was because when this bridge was under construction, they needed to know how much time they had to do the construction before the ice went out. And I think I got it backwards when I was actually telling the story. They needed to know how, because they could not do the construction in the summer, they had to do it in the winter when the ice was solid so that they could put everything up. So they needed a very, very precise prediction of how much time they had to do that. And that's how this tripod tradition got started, because they started guessing when the ice would break up and when their working season would be over, and they'd have to have all their equipment off the ice. And it's turned into a more than 100-year-old tradition. So yeah, and Rebecca is reminding me, or letting me know, and you guys know, there's a video of ticket processing in the stories today, so you can see what that looks like as well. And that is really cool to get a little bit of a taste of what that looks like. So go check out the Facebook stories on the page. And then we have a question: what time does the clock show right now? Okay, so on my own phone, it says it's 1:19 p.m. So right now it would be showing 12:19 p.m. And I can go over there and show you guys too, but also there's a lot of noise with the running bikes over there too. So it might be a little noisy. And Blanche says, so sorry I have no way to send stars. That's okay. And you're so welcome. She says, thank you for providing the fun tripod watch. You're so welcome. I'm glad that you're here. And yep, it's all just to have fun together. And anyone who can and wants to, you can send us the stars. And if not, it's okay. You can still hang out with us. So thank you. And you're so welcome. Okay. Yeah, I can go over and like see what the clock looks like. Just a quick heads up though, guys, my phone is actually about 10%. So it's starting to really lose battery. It's pretty low, so I don't know how much longer it's gonna last. So we might need to wrap this up in the next several minutes. But yeah, let's go look at the clock real quick. And there's Watchman Sherry in here, which she said hello in our post earlier today. Hey! Okay, so here everyone, this is what the clock looks like. So yep, it currently reads 12:20, almost 22. But you can see this clock is very precise. You can see the minute hand moving, and that is so that you can make sure that they know if, you know, where it's stopped in between the minutes, what is the official minute. And it has the seconds and everything, so they can know officially which minute it's sitting on. So yep, that's what the clock looks like. Hi, I'm doing good, Sherry. Just having fun on the live with everybody. I said just having fun on the live feed with everybody. Oh yep, that's been me hanging out here. You want to? Yeah. Hi. Ooh, what a biker crowd. So fun. Okay. All right. Oh, Tisha, you're so nice. She said, I sent 50 stars in honor of you. That is so kind of you. All right, see, so someone contributed on your behalf. We're such a happy family here. Thanks, guys, for showing up for each other. Amazing. And Denise is saying hi, Sherry, too. Yeah, we love Sherry. She was the previous Ice Classic director, and she did a fantastic job. And she's retired now, but now she gets to sit in the watchtower. So, ooh, look at this. There's another ice chunk. That's always so fun. That's my favorite part. And apparently your guys' too, I see. Yep, super fun. Okay. Yep. Oh, thank you, Brenda, too. Wow, we just made it to 1,001 stars. Woohoo! Yay, thanks, guys. Yes, the ice chunks are the best. That's the thing about river breakups. It's never ever the same thing twice. It's always changing, always different. You never know what you're gonna get. I mean, obviously there are some similar trends every year. There's certain things that need to happen every year, but all the shapes are different, the timing is different, the chunks are different, everything is different, and it's actually really grounding to me. I feel like it's so grounding to just watch nature and just, yeah, it's always different, and you just get to be present. That to me is a commodity these days, is just being able to, just getting to be present and witness nature in all its amazingness. So yeah, that's what I love to be out here on the river. Okay, guys. Well, like I said, my phone battery is dwindling. But I have super, super loved hanging out with you guys today. Thank you so much for coming and watching. And there's 39 of you, 38 still here. That's super awesome. And so yeah, you can stay posted. Keep an eye on the page, and we'll keep sending the photos and doing the updates, and we'll see what happens. It should be a very, very exciting week ahead. I don't think there's any way this is going to last more than a week, but I could totally be proven wrong. But it looks like things are speeding up good enough that, like, you know, the temperatures are above freezing almost for 24 hours at this point. It does dip a little bit below some of the evenings, but only for a little while, and then it just comes right back up. Oh, did I just lose it? Okay, yeah, I'm at 5%, so I'm gonna lose you guys. But anyway, yep, it should be exciting, and thank you guys again so much for hanging out and sending the stars, sending the love, having the comments, the conversation. It's all been so fun. So yeah, join us again, and until next time, have a great time, and all eyes on the river, and share the page with people, share the post, and yeah, we'll keep showing up for you guys. Okay. Love you guys all. This has been so much fun. Bye. Have an awesome Saturday wherever you are. Maybe Sunday in some places. But yes, we will catch you later. Bye, guys.